We'll open our eyes and we'll say Namaste. So I'm going to teach a new breath today, a new pranayama, Lorti breath, and we're going to use a mantra with it. So a lot of the pranayama is good for building up the lungs, but it can leave us feeling spacey, or it can make us feel dizzy, a sense of dizziness, especially if we are vata of nature. So this breath is more meditative, especially when you add a mantra. And mantra is a really good way of coming inside yourself, and it's very powerful, the seed syllables of other mantras. So the mantra is Om Hrim Shrim. So Om Hrim Shrim, and we're going to do that. You can do it out loud or whatever since you're at home. But more think of it because you're going to be sniffing 3 times, inhaling. So you're sniffing a little, thinking Om, sniffing a little bit more, Hrim, sniffing into your top of your lungs and think of Shrim. Then pause for a few seconds and then exhale. And then inhale Om, Hrim, Shrim. Exhale. Exhale fully. Inhale Om, Hrim, Shrim. And exhale, release. So I have heard that is an indicator whether you have the coronavirus, is if you can't hold your breath without struggle. That form of virus is kind of like that vapor smoke that gets on windshields you can't get off. And so it restricts your ability to do that. So if you find yourself struggling with that, take your temperature and hope for the best. Or also drink a lot of warm water. And now I hear laying on your belly is good for it, because a lot of your lung capacity is in your back. Okay, so tonight we're going to be working into our sciatica nerve and lower back issue, especially if you have narrowing of the spine. Now, if you have a bulging disc, you want to do more back bends, but if you have a narrowing of the spine, you want to do more extension of the spine and forward folds to elongate the spine. So a lot of times we can have both, especially as we age. We're going to have narrowing of the spine. But if we already had a bulging disc, then we have 2 different things going on at the same time. So we need a little bit of both. But sometimes, the bulge might be bulging out, and so you need the back bends, but we can't forget about the front bends, so we'll do both. Okay, so now let's do another breathing exercise by bringing your hands together, pushing your palms out, plugging your shoulders in, and push your palms out, plug them in, and lift up your arms, drop your head down, and inhale, feel as if your spinal cord is going up out of your chair. And as you exhale, bring your hands down, bring your chin up. And inhale, hands up, chin down. Exhale, hands down, chin up. And inhaling up. And looking underneath your right armpit. And looking underneath your left armpit. Come to the center. Bring your hands. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to temple point. Lean over to our right. And inhale up. Lean over to the left. working our intercostal muscles. Wrap around our rib cage. And then bring your hands to your shoulders and make a circle out of your elbows. Opening up into our shoulders. And go the other way. And while our hands are here, have your fingers in front, your thumb in the back. As you inhale, go left. As you exhale, go right. Keeping your elbows in line with your shoulder. And come in the center. Bring your hands to your knees and inhale your body forward. Exhale as you go back. Might need to come to the edge of your chair. Just circle around. Warming up the spinal cord. So our sciatica nerve runs at the bottom of our spine, goes through our gluteals, and then go the other way. Oftentimes gets trapped in there in our glutes, or there's a lot of muscles that go through there, our psoas, our other muscle over there, and anywhere it could get trapped. So we're going to move our glutes a lot today. Might even get buns of steel by the end. We don't know. Okay? So grab onto your knees and then bring your heart forward. As you inhale, as you exhale, bring your heart back, bring your chin down. Inhale forward, exhale back, a seated cat-cow. You get a rhythm going, moving with your breath. Allow your body to move with your breath, and your breath to move with your body. So it goes all in sync. And then coming up, come on the edge of your chair again, just grab the back of your seat of your chair and bring your heart forward. Dropping your head back. Thinking of the song from the Titanic that Peter keeps wanting to sing. And then letting that go and coming forward. Okay, so we'll do something for our quads. Let's go ahead and do our Russian dance. So you straighten out your legs and then bring your leg over like you're crossing your leg. And give you one more view here. So you bring it forward, cross, bring it forward, bring it down. Do the other side, cross, forward, down, up, cross, forward, down. And if you go like this, then you're doing a Russian dance. You feel good about that. Our Russian Baltic friends. And then we're going to bring our hands up and then keep your back straight as you stand up. And then keep your back straight as you sit down. And then stand up. And sit down. So then we're using our core for our coming up and going down in our quadriceps. Instead of like a lot of times, we're using our lower back as we come up. And we can pull our back out. we keep our back straight, then it becomes a yoga posture. Okay, and so to make it a little bit more challenging, we'll come up just 3 inches off our chair. You should be able to see your toes, and then bring your arms up. The chair version of the chair pose. And you'll come up, and turn around to your chair, hold your seat of your chair, just let your head hang. And bring your hips side to side. Shake your head like you're saying yes and no. And then come up halfway with flat back for length. Feel as if your spinal cord's lengthening, and then fold over again. You feel the 4 corners of your feet grounding into the floor, hinging from your hips. And then coming up, standing up. And we'll bring our right foot on our chair leg, and then we'll bend our knee and then straighten our knee out. And bend it and straighten. Just back and forth, warming up our hip flexor and also releasing any tension into our gluteals. This is a good start for our sciatica nerve. And then we'll bring our knee, so it's right above our ankle. We'll bring our arms up into warrior one. Softening your shoulders, lift up out of your waist, so you're extending your spine upward. And then lean back and look up to the heavens. Maybe you can bring your hands together in temple point. Drop your head back so you're opening up into your throat chakra. And then we'll come forward. Bring your hands behind your back. Push your fist down. Your shoulder blades touch. And then fold forward. You go onto your leg if you like, or you can go to the side of your leg. As you lift up your arms, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. And it's fine if your shoulders are down here. Just push your fist back wherever you're at. And we'll let go of our hands, bring our hands into our chair. And so this might be where you want to be tonight, and this is fine. But if you like, maybe you can come down on one forearm, maybe leave one up. Maybe you can come down on 2 forearms. Notice where you feel the most stretch. And then coming up, and then straighten your leg out, pulling your hip back. Maybe your toes come up off the chair. And then come up, bring your foot down. And feel a difference from one side to the other. Hopefully there's more energy onto your right side. More openness in your hip area maybe, and more openness in your gluteals. We'll do the other side. Bring your left foot on the chair, and we'll just bring our knee forward and then let go of the pressure come forward and straighten, back and forth. Just open up our hip flexors. And again, this is a really good thing to do if you have a sciatica thing to do in itself, because you're rearranging those muscles. And when you do that, then the nerve has an opportunity to not get pushed against each other. But we'll go ahead and bring our knee right above our ankle, and then lift our arms up. And again, softening your shoulders, lift up out of your waist so your spinal cord is going upward. And then lean back, dropping your head back. Maybe just go back a little bit, maybe you can go back a lot. Maybe you can bring your hands together, maybe not. All up to you in your practice. Then we'll come up, bring our hands behind our back, push your fist down so your shoulder blades are touching. And then as you exhale, come forward, lifting your hands up. Again, your hands could be back into the back, but either way, push your fist away from your head. So you're making space in between your shoulders. Let that go, bring your hands to your chair. And again, this might be enough. Maybe you can just bring your knee forward and back again. And that's a nice stretch. But another stretch might be bringing one forearm to the floor onto your chair. Whoa, that might be enough. But maybe you bring two onto your chair. And then coming up, straighten your leg out, toes up in the air, lay over top your leg, open it up into your hamstrings. And then coming up. So a lot of times we have our sciatica pain going down our hamstrings. It's a really long nerve. It goes from the bottom of our spine, goes through our glutes and goes down our leg. It might be the longest nerve of our body. Certainly can be the most painful, and it racks the rest of the muscles into your lower back. There's issues with that, weakness, just getting up in the morning is hard. So we'll bring our chair over to the side. We'll stand in the middle of our chair. A lot of rearranging here. Bring your back foot back and then point your front foot forward. You're ready, getting ready for triangle, which is what we're going to do. So bring your arms up. Keep this leg straight but not locked. So there's a bend in your front knee. And reach out, at the same time pull your hip back. Reach, reach, reach. You can't reach anymore. Bring your hand down onto the chair. Bring your other arm up. Push your hand off the chair to lift up and then start bringing your sternum, twisting your sternum up like you're going to bring your sternum to the ceiling or the sky. Let openness here. See how the chair allows you to push off the chair to extend even more. So one of the good reasons to use a chair. And then bring your arm forward. Again, opening up into your intercostal muscles, which helps you breathe. It allows your abdominal to open up, and then when it closes, it squeezes the air out, your intercostal muscles, your exterior and interior intercostals. So you can, let's go ahead and make a circle out of our arm. because we're here. More movement into our shoulders. And then go the other way. Leave your arm up, bend your front knee forward. Then bring your arm forward again. You can look at your thumb in rotating your sternum to do that. And then bring your arm up and pull yourself up. Okay, so we'll do the other side. Standing in front again, bringing your back, foot back, front foot forward. Bring your arms up, your hips are to the side, so see where your hips are. So they're not to the side like that, but they're right pointing the same direction. Bring your arms up and reach out, pull your hip back, reach, reach, reach. Excuse me, and you can't go down anymore. Bring your hands to your chair, lift your other arm up. Either look to the side, or you can look up to the ceiling. If you look up to the ceiling, make the movement from your sternum. So bring in your sternum back so you don't crank your neck. Your neck and your sternum are intimately related, more so than you would think. See if you can take 3 deep breaths here, starting from your lowest abdominal, your mid-chest, feeling your rib cage expanding to the left and to the back. Going into your high chest and then pausing, exhaling the rest of the way. We'll bring our arm forward, reaching as far as you can. And making a circle out of your arm. And go the other way. And bring your arm forward, bend your knee into the side angle. Come up and step forward. So you can just turn around, I'm going to be kind and turn myself around. And we're going to go ahead and straddle our chair. So go as far as you can and then take it a little bit more. So you get a nice stretch into your groins before we start. We're not going to go down to the floor. We're just going to come up. So make your stance just a little bit wider than you normally do. And then come forward. You can bring your hands to the back of your chair first. And then walk down your chair. So your hands are the chair. Then you can walk your hands down the legs of the chair as you bring your head toward the chair. Maybe you can rest your head on the chair. Or maybe you have a block or something, a book or something you put on the chair to make the chair go up a little higher. Remember to breathe here. Walk your hands up the chair again. Bring your left hand on the chair. Lift up your right arm. Look up to the ceiling. And then bring your right hand down. Lift up your left hand. And come down. Then you bring your heels in. and come forward. We'll do a chair goddess. So have your chair behind you and sit down. Have your knees apart. And bring your arms up. You know, we've all sat this way in high school. Might have been a while. Here we are again. Just never know when fashion's going to come back. Okay, so we'll bring our right hand down, look over our right shoulder, and bring our hand up. Look over your left shoulder, bring your hand down, and then up, and then back, and forth. And then come up, bring your hands forward, and then stand up. And move your legs around, bring your chair around. We'll do a chair dancing chair. So bring your left hand on your back of your chair, your left foot on the ground. Feel as if there's 3 points you're concentrating on by your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. So there's a triangle. And if you have these 3 points on, then you have more stability. So then we'll go reach we bring our right foot around just to feel a sense of balance. And then bend your knee, reach back, grab on the back of your foot. And this might be enough, it's a nice quad stretch. We'll go ahead and push our foot into our hand and come forward though, over our chair. Maybe you can bring your hand down to the seat, lifting up even higher. You don't have to worry about the balance aspect. You can get more out of this posture than if you're regularly just doing dancer. And coming down, we'll do the other side. All your weight on your right foot. Remember those 3 points of contact. Bring your left foot around. And then bring your left foot up, reach back, grab onto the back side of your left foot. Push a foot into your hand as you come forward. And wherever you want to stop is fine, of course. Always listening to your body. But if you like, you can lift up even higher. And then come in. Okay, so we'll bring our chair around and sit down again. The piriformis muscle is the muscle I was trying to think of earlier. I have a delayed memory, but it does work after a while. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our pigeon series, which is working into our gluteals and our hips. So we'll go ahead and cross your right ankle over top your left and bounce your right knee up and down. And then from here, lift up by your waist, come on the edge of your chair, and then hinge from your hips as you come forward, the flat back, coming over your leg. Noticing where you're feeling it in your body. Maybe you can bring your energy to that place where you feel the most tightness. And as you exhale, maybe you can feel as if the muscles around the tightness can soften. Okay. And then we'll come up our pigeon. Slide your right knee over top your left. Is a female. Well, let's go ahead and grab onto our foot and our knee and cradle our leg as if we are cradling an infant. And again, this is working into our gluteals, into our hips. And then bring your hands in the inside of your leg, praying that we're not going to put our leg over our head. And if that's your prayer, you're probably right. So your prayer is answered. But you can lift up your leg and bring it down and lift it up. And bring it down and lift it up and bring it down. And now slide over. Okay. And then we'll bring your right or left arm on the side of your head, on the back of your head. Push your head into your arm. And let go and push your head in your arm, opening up into your shoulder area. And bring your arm to the side of your head and reach up with your right hand toward your other hand. Into cow face. You always see cows doing this. Their four legs, two of them look like this. Okay, and then take your left elbow over top your right knee and begin twisting your stomach, your chest, finally your head, looking back. And begin untwisting. Do the other side. Bringing your left knee over top your right and pushing down on your left knee. Not right on your knee, but right behind your knee. You want to feel that, your femur bone moving into your hip socket. You lift up by your waist. Your back is nice and straight, and you want to hinge from your hips as you come forward. Laying over top your figure four leg. And breathing into where you feel tightness on this side.
Is there any batteries for that?
There's no battery.
It's still going.
Okay. And lift your leg up and technology. Go ahead and come underneath into our prayer pose, Anjala Mudra, and then lift your elbows up, lift your leg up, let it go, lift it up, let it go, lift it up, and bring it down. Slide your left knee over top your right, and we'll bring our right arm behind us. Push your head into your arm, opening up into your lung meridian. Remembering that the lung meridian is what we want to strengthen so we can have the lung capacity to fight off any kind of virus that we might get. Bring your arm next to your head and lifting up your left arm. Maybe you don't touch all the way. Just watch me. Maybe just go in that general direction. But push your right elbow up as much as you can. And that stimulates that lung meridian. Once again, lung meridian runs from our our index finger up our arm, and goes through here, goes through our underarm, and goes into our lungs. And so we'll bring our right elbow over our left knee and begin twisting. You can reach back to the back of your chair. Use that to pull, but lift up and begin twisting from your stomach, your chest, and finally your head. And bring your navel in. Maybe you can twist a little bit more. Let go of whatever you have. Bring your arm forward. Bring your legs out. Bring your, you're not going to be able to see, bring your feet out in a Charlie Chaplin fashion. Bring your feet out in a 45-degree angle. Lift up out of your waist and then fold forward. Maybe you can reach back, grab on the back of your chair, come down a little bit, flat back. Maybe you can allow your head to dangle like it's a ripe tomato ready to drop. Won't be long for that, another month or two. We'll be eating our ripe tomatoes and laughing about the virus thing. And then coming forward and coming up. And we'll grab onto our knees and do a couple cat-cows. So bringing your heart forward, bring your heart back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Neutralize our spine once again. And then we'll come over, bring our chair down, and come onto the floor. So go ahead. I know you guys have been in this position over a toilet before, but we'll do that same thing without all the throwing up. So we'll go ahead and bring our arms up, elbows under the chair, our hands together, and then we'll bring our head underneath our elbows. As you push your elbows into your chair, and then we'll come up from here and then turn around. Bring your hands to the back of your chair and then bring your pelvis forward and drop your head back into a camel pose. You can walk your hands down your chair some if you like. And coming up, you're turning over, coming onto your back, bringing your feet on your edge of your chair. So we'll do some bridge postures. So if you have a block, you can do a restorative bridge by bringing your block underneath here. It's okay. But otherwise, you just lift up your hips, bring your hands behind your sit bones. And come up into our bridge pose, or our shoulder stand. It's kind of half bridge, half shoulder stand. Push off your heels, engage your glutes some to come up even higher. Bring in your chest toward your chin. hands, come down one vertebrae at a time. Bring your left, scoot up so your left calf is on your chair. Bring your right knee in toward your chest, toward the middle of your chest, and then bring it over towards your armpit. And bring it over to the middle of your chest, and over to your armpit. We're working into our gluteals again. Bring it over back and forth. And then straighten out your leg. Push your heel to the ceiling, and then your toe, your heel, your toe, your heel. And then lean over, bring your right leg over to the right, not all the way to the floor, just until your left hip starts coming off the ground. Opening up into our abductors. And lift your leg up, reach up, grab the side of your foot, push your knee down for half a chair baby, happy chair baby. And let that go. Bring your right calf on the chair. Bring your left knee in. Go to the middle of your chest. Then go over toward your armpit. Back to the middle of your chest. To your armpit. Back to the middle of your chest. And straighten the leg out. Push the heel up. Feel that opening up into your calf and your hamstrings. And then point your toes. And push your heel up. Point your toes. Push your heel up. Point your toes. You can go ahead and make a circle out of your foot if you want. Work into your ankle. And then drop your left leg over to the left until your right hip starts coming off the ground. Wherever that is, holding it for a breath or two. And bring our leg up. Bend your knee, reach up to the side of your foot, push your knee down. Come into half a chair baby over here. Let that go. Bring your knees, both knees and both calves on the chair. Bring your hands behind your head. And we're going to lift our head and shoulders off the ground, bringing our left elbow towards your right knee. You're probably not going to touch it or come close to it, but in that general direction, as we work into our obliques. And then come down. Take a breath. And we'll lift our head and shoulders off the ground. Bring your right elbow toward your left knee. And then come down. So those are the side muscles, the obliques that we work on, which is really important. That and the transverse muscle deeper inside that hold our spinal cord together and our lower back. So to work into our lower back issues, we need to work our core. And to do that, we'll go ahead and lift up our head and our shoulders. Bring our head toward the middle of our knees. And then coming down. Leave your hands where they're at and look over to your right as far as you can see without moving your head, just moving your eyes. do this until you want to yawn or swallow. See how far you can look to your right. Back to center. And then look over to the left as far as you can see without moving your head. And then come back to center. Bring your hands to your heart, or maybe one hand onto your heart, one into your stomach. Or you can bring your hands to the side of your body, palms up. However you feel like being for a few minutes of Shavasana. This is from Awaken Every Day. Some reflections to think about. This is a survival of the most cooperative. Western culture is based on ideas of rugged individualism and competition. We think that survival of the fittest breeds competence, and ignore the pain and tragedy is competition leaves in its wake. But if our species is to continue, if as individuals we are going to thrive, we must acknowledge how much we depend on one another and realize that mutual cooperation is essential. Ants and bees cooperate for the welfare of the entire anthill or hive. Surely with our human intelligence, we can cooperate for the benefit of all. Holding that thought into our heart space, how we can better cooperate, how we're interconnected with each other. Moving your fingers and your toes, starting to bring prana, life force, back into your body. When you're ready, bringing your knees in toward your chest, rolling over to one side or the other, pausing in seed position. And think about all the seeds that are out ready to become new growth. Feel a sense of gratitude for your practice. And then using your arm strength and not your neck as you come up to sit position. Thank you all for being here tonight, bringing your spirits in here. Hopefully our hips are more open, our gluteals are where they should be, and our sciatica nerve has calmed down a little bit. If we have that going on. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to our heart space. Feel the interconnection that we do have with each other and with society in a whole. And remembering our 12th step, that we carry this message to those who are suffering. We use that sense of cooperation in our program. We can bring it out into the world. Maybe if we have extra supplies, we can make an offering to somebody who might need it this evening. Except for your toilet paper, I know you got to keep that. But other than that, maybe you can let go of some of the canned beans or something. Whatever it is, feel a sense of openness, of compassion for other people. And we'll open our eyes and we'll say namaste to each other, seeing the light in each one of you. And if you can stay, we'll go ahead and start our meeting time. If you can't, we'll see